Hello everyone, welcome to a new video of NIOS Senior Secondary Course Maths. In today's video, we are going to discuss the topic some more examples on domain and range from the chapter Relations and Functions. So let's see the example 2.12. I would like you to subscribe to the channel to get notifications on time and like the content if you found it useful and share it with your friends. Let's begin. So the first question is example 2.12, that is find the domain of each of the following functions. So here the first question is given as y is equal to 1 by x. This is the given question to you, y is equal to 1 by x. So you have to find out what is the domain of this particular question. So to do this, first let's understand what is here 1 by x. If you see 1 by x, you have to understand that it can take any value. Let's give positive values to this fraction, that is 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, like that the values will be appearing. And if you give a negative value, it will be like 1 by minus 2, 1 by minus 3, 1 by minus 4, which eventually can be written as minus 1 by 2. This can also be written as minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 4. So you have corresponding values like this for negative values. Now consider the value 0. If you think this value 0 comes here, it will be 1 by 0, which is not defined, or infinity we say. So this is not defined when the value of x becomes 0. So in that case, you can say domain of this particular question is all the real numbers except 0, because when you take 0 as the value, the image created, that is the y, will be not defined. So that case can be excluded. So easily you can write it as real number minus the set of 0. The value 0 can be included. This is how you get the domain of this particular question. So hope you understood this one. Let's see the next question. And second question is y is equal to 1 by x minus 2. The same way if you do, let's take some positive values of x. Okay, if it is 1, 2, 3, 4, what will be the output? Y will be 1 by 1 minus 2. That will give you the answer as 1 minus 1, that is minus 1. Next will be consider 2. So in that case it will be 1 by 2 minus 2. Okay, so what values you get? You get 1 by 0, which is not defined. Okay, next let's take 1 by 3. So 3 minus 2 will give you the value as 1 by 1, that is 1. So you have values for all the positive values. If you take the negative values, in that case you will have 1 by minus 2 minus 2, that is 1 by minus 4. Okay, this exists. 1 by minus 3 minus 2, that is minus 1 by 5 will be the result. In that case, for negative values also you have values, but only thing which is not defined is this 2. If you take 2 here, the value will be a not defined value, or the image will be a not defined image. So can exclude this 2 from the real numbers. Okay, so domain, the existing domain will be all real numbers except your value 2. So this is the corresponding result. Let's check this last question. If you see this, in this case also values, which values are possible for this, you have to check for domain values. Okay, let's consider this x plus 2 into x minus 3. So find a case where you get 0 in that case. If any one of these values will be 0, the whole denominator, that is what is below written, that denominator will be converted to 0. In that case, you have to find out which are those values. So I am taking this first value that becomes a 0. So how it becomes a 0 is when you take the value of x as minus 2. Okay, when it is minus 2 and plus 2 will give you 0. So if this is 0, automatically the other value which get multiplied to it, 0 into a value will give you always 0. So you have to avoid this value, because once it becomes 0, it will be 1 by 0, that is a not defined image for your domain. Okay, so we don't want that, so exclude the value -2. Next, let's see how this becomes 0. This term becomes 0. This term becomes 0 when x is equal to 3. So 3 minus 3 will give you 0. In that case, exclude this value 3 also. So any values can be accepted other than this -2 and 3. So domain will look like, domain is equal to all real numbers, subtract or exclude this 3 comma -2 value. Okay, hope you understood how to do this domain question. Let's go to the next question. Let's check this question, that is find the domain of the following functions. Let's see the first question, that is y is equal to square root of x minus 2. So to have the square root defined, you need the value inside this as a positive value. Okay, so to get a positive value, the value of x should not be 2. So if you get any value other than 2, that is 3, consider it is 3. 3 minus 2 and square root, that means you will get square root of 1, that is 1 again. So again if you get 4, so 4 minus 2 square root will give you square root of 2, and that is also defined. So in that case, you can see any value other than 2 is accepted here, because if you take 2 here, the whole square root term will be converted to 0, which is not defined. So our solution should have all the real numbers greater than 2. Okay, so domain should contain all real numbers which are greater than value 2. Okay, hope you understood this question, and also try to avoid the negative values also. Okay, that won't give you the real solutions for y. Let's move on to this question. Domain in this case, for this question, you have to make this as a positive value. If any of the term get converted to 0, if this becomes 0, the whole term will become 0. If this becomes 0, the other terms will be 0, because it is getting multiplied. So 0 multiplied any number will always give you 0. So that is the reason for this. And square root of 2 minus x, 4 plus x, this is the case. So you have to avoid a 0 here. So for that, you have to have a value. If it is 2, the value will be 0. If it is 3, if you have 3 here, the value will be negative. Okay, so try to avoid those values, and we can consider these values as less than 2. Less than 2. So that is an appropriate case for this. And consider now this, to make this as 0, the value of x should be -4. If it is -4, the whole term becomes 0. So value of x should be more than -4, that means -3. So 4 minus 3 will give you 1. Okay, so a positive value will get, and here you can get, so here in this case, greater than -4 will be, again you can take 1. So 4 plus 1 will give you 5. So square root of 5 you will get from this area, and you have a different result here. So the values that are accepted for the domain are less than 2. So an appropriate domain will be like this. X value is there. The value of x is less than 2, less than equal to 2, and the value of x should be greater than this -4. This is the appropriate domain for this case. Hope you understood how to do this question. This is how we find out the domain. Let's see the next question. Let's see this question, that is f of x is equal to y is equal to 2x plus 1. Find the range when domain is given. Okay, let's see this and solve. You have got the elements here, that is for domain you have the values here. So in that case just write x here and f of x here or y. Okay, anything you can write. So let's write down the values which we have: -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. And after that solve for this and then write it up down here for better understanding. In that case, first let it be f of x equal to 2x plus 1. So first substitute by the value -3. So the value answer will be 2 into -3 plus 1. That is -6 plus 1, that is -5. Here you will get -5. Next is 2 into x plus 1, that is -2 plus 1, that is -4 plus 1, that is -3. So like that, after doing all the values, you will get something like this: 1 and 3. Here you will have 5 and 7. So these are the values that you get for result. So this is the range. So the range are -5, -3, -1, 1, 3, 5 and 7. This whole set will give you the range of this given domain. Hope you understood this question. Let's move on to the next question. This question, that is x plus 3. Here domain is given to you, you have to find the range. Similar question to the previous one. If you see the domain, x is greater than 0 and it goes till 4, and equal to is also there. So 0 is also included. Then you have got 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, 4 is also included. Only this is the domain. Now you have to find out the corresponding value of the range. So x plus 3. So it will be 3 here, it will be 4, it will be 5 and it will be 6 and 7. This will be the corresponding range value. So this is the range. This is the domain. Hope you understood this question. Next question. This is the given question to you, and similar to the previous question, the range value have to be found out given the domain. So -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. This is the domain, and find the corresponding range for this value. Do this question yourself and comment the answer in the comment section. If you have found the video useful, please do like it and subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. See you in the next video.